Hi, I'm Dad Williams, and you are listening to the TigerTalk Podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the TigerTalk Podcast, the official Gloucester City AFC club podcast. My name's Noah Woodland and I'm joined by Morgan Turner-Green. Morgan, how are you today?
I'm good. We're filming this on Friday morning ahead of a big Friday Night Lights game tonight, but this will be after that, so we'll have to see what the score is.
Yeah, well, we're all excited about that game and we're definitely excited about today's episode. We've probably got the most requested man of all of our guests. At the end of each episode we ask who they want on next. We've got Karl Sheppy, the Gloucester City AFC Kitman. Sheppy, thanks for coming on, and how are you today?
I'm very well, thanks, Noah. I had a nice drive up. I'm looking forward to this. Don't know why everyone keeps requesting me, but we'll give it a go.
Well, I think they all keep requesting you just because you're such a character around the club, and everyone knows Sheppy. Even the new lads who came in for the media, they all get to know you very quickly, don't they?
Yeah, we do. We get to film some fun videos.
We'll get into that.
We have some fun, don't we, boys?
Yeah, we've got to have some fun just to make the time go quicker.
Yep.
So we'll start today's episode just talking about why Gloucester City and why you support them.
Gloucester City. Wow, it's been a long time supporting Gloucester City. It's a bit sad to talk about it because people I talk about are no longer with us.
Yeah.
So my granddad, who was like my dad, so he was a big Gloucester City fan. My uncle, Uncle Vince, Alfie was my granddad. My father-in-law, Pete Hazel, and I used to come down and bring my boy with me on the thing. But my favourite memories is with the three of us all there at the game, with my boy sat on the old walls. Do you remember the old brick walls? Which, there's been some trouble with players running into them.
Yeah.
It used to be a concrete block wall around the old Gloucester pitch, as I call it. And I used to sit him on the wall, no hassle, and he used to watch the games. And he'd be the first game, he would have been 4 or 5. He's now 36.
Wow.
So, and he still comes to the games.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
great memories.
the old Meadow Park, obviously, I'm too young to have seen it. Talk to us about that ground and how special it was.
Well, I did go to Horton Road not many times. That's behind the old garage. But now, the old Meadow Park was a brilliant place for me. Great atmosphere. I loved it. I just loved match days. You regularly get 1,000 people there, and I've always said I believe Gloucester is a sleeping giant, and I still do. And I think, with this chairman and his ambitions, we can go a long way.
Yeah, and we get to, you go your whole life supporting Gloucester City, and then...
Well, and Man City, don't forget them.
we all know. Man City.
They're just as important to me as Gloucester City, but I don't get the inside story of them, do I? Maybe Pep's watching, he'll let me in.
If you're watching, Pep.
Pep, let me have a go.
Yeah.
Just one session would do me.
But you see, Man City Kitman as well, he's such a big part of their team as well.
Yeah. Kitman at non-league level is fantastic. I remember when Mance left, I applied for the Aston Villa one, and a coach driver friend of mine told me about the Forest Green one. But I did it out of retirement when I started into this business, but I thought I'd go along, and it was a glorified washing. All you would be was doing the kit at Aston Villa. You'd never be in the dugout. You'd never be in with the lads. And that was a no-no. It was the same at Forest Green. Do you see what I mean? To me, it's all about being in that changing room and helping the gaffer and being around the players. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic place to be. It's just lovely.
And so you go your whole life supporting Gloucester City and Man City.
Yeah.
And then you applied for the Villa role, like you said, and that was...
I did, yeah.
That wasn't...
But then when I went up there and saw it and realised you were nowhere near the training or the players, or you just keep washing kit all day.
Yeah. So then how
I just left it.
How did the Gloucester City role come about?
That's when those two jobs come about, because that's when Lee Mansell got the push, and I didn't enjoy that part of the world. But the Gloucester City job come about because my son-in-law told me they were advertising for a kitman. And we knew I was a Gloucester City fan and everything else, and I'd retired. Would I fancy it? So I applied.
And, being a kit man, you said non-league, you're in with all the players, you're in with the manager.
Yeah.
How important is that role to the club?
I think more than people realise. A good kit man will keep his mouth shut, respect the players, but also be there to support them, encourage them. And especially at non-league, I think there's a lot more goes on around that. I mean, we're part-time and people are working jobs. You've got to appreciate that. And so I think it's even more now than when we were full-time. I mean, I remember Alex, when he showed me around the ground, he didn't really know the history of Gloucester City Football Club at the time. No disrespect to him. But he said, why do you want to come and do this? And I told him different stories. And we walked around the ground, me and this chairman, and I'd be forever grateful for him bringing the club back. Let's put that 100% on record. Alex Petheram brought Gloucester City back to Gloucester. And as fans, we'll never forget that.
So you talk about applying for a couple of these kitman roles. You
Yeah.
said as after trying. What was it about a kitman? Like, why did you actually want to go into it?
I absolutely loved it. From the moment I walked in the door, so I started under Paul Groves and a bloke called Niall Clark. And we were full-time, and Alex sold me the job as part-time. And he always joked I was the highest-paid kitman in non-league football. And we're not going to talk money, but it wasn't a fortune when I was. And in them days, we were in at 8 o'clock. I was in, and and we were left about 3:30, depending on how training went in the afternoon. That was Tuesday. That was 3 days a week, and then there was match days. And for a guy who'd never washed any kit, it was an eye-opener to start with, because I think he gave me the job because I was honest with him. We were having a chat and he said, what do you know about kit? I said, absolutely nothing. I don't even know how to use a washing machine. My wife showed me how to start that off. So you got to. I had no idea on the role, but I quickly realised it involved you so much because you're always round the players. And the thing I took from Niall Clark was the ability to show me how you look after players as best you can. So pre-season training, ice, wet towels with ice, making sure they always had water. I took that from him.
Yeah, so you come in as a kit man, and
Yeah.
obviously you just said that you didn't apply because you loved the washing machine at home and you loved washing the clothes.
Oh, no, I didn't do any of that. I am a dinosaur, though. My wife is an absolute, I call her the fairy. I go in the drawer and my pants and socks are in there. It's like a fairy's put it in there. All my clothes are ironed. She cooks for me, she washes, she irons. So for me to actually do this role was an absolute, what the hell are you doing? And she told me in no uncertain terms, nicely, I'll show you how to use the machines, but I'm not helping you. You're not bringing it home, and you're not. My wife didn't do football at the time.
Yeah.
And she does a bit more now, but at the time she didn't do any sport or football. So it had to be done at work. So she showed me how to use the washing machines, and I just got on with it. I'm not the best kit man at washing stuff, by the way. I've got to be honest. I've learnt over the years. I've had a few hiccups.
Right.
So
you start the role. How long did it take you to sort of feel like, oh, I know what I'm doing here? Like I know exactly everything that goes on.
Impossible. I still don't know what I'm doing now. You learn all the time.
Really?
I look at other people, other kit man. It's a role that, evolves itself. Do you know what I mean? You can always help someone or always do something different. It never stop. You never stop learning it. You've helped me, Noah, so you understand what goes into it.
Yeah.
You never stop learning or understanding the role, but you have a key set of things and you pick them all up from different managers, coaches. So Niall Clark, like I said, I picked up some good things from him and I left the bad things behind. But the most wonderful thing was I realised, because I played decent standard of cricket, where I was in the changing room. I was club captain at Atherley and Readings for over about 10 years. And we had 4 sides and we played a good standard and we paid some players to pay. So I suppose it, in a way, slightly part-time. But I realised how important, as captain, the changing room was. So I sort of brought that to the football, in the unity, and that's when I met one of my greatest friends, Kev Dawson. And what a guy he was. Without him, I wouldn't be here now. He is an absolute legend of the game, in and around and off the pitch.
I want to talk about what you said there. There's been a few hiccups over the years.
Yeah.
What are some of those biggest hiccups that people might not know about?
Biggest hiccup was he was an absolute arrogant. Players didn't really like him. He was very science driven on food and everything else. So back in the day, mind, and I've gone through a few different stars. We had a chef, and he was told what to cook. I went through about 3 of them. We had different physios. I've been through about 5 physios. We've had different secretaries. I've been through a few of them. It just goes on and on. Do you know what I mean? But he was just an awful man. The way he bullied players and staff wasn't the best thing. So I sort of thought, what the hell have I let myself in for? Because I come to it from as a manager, dealing with HR a lot, and the football world's a different place. A lot is said in football that you couldn't say in any other industry to players, but it's cruel. To me, it's so. I quickly learned that I'd be putting my arm around people, and Kev Dawson was captain, and Kev Dawson used to speak a lot to the players. He had so much respect from the players; they'd listen, and he would quietly talk to the gaffers or say things. But it just evolves, and I learned to get on with it.
Yeah, as you said, I've helped you out doing the kit.
Yeah.
There's always bumps in the road. There's always little things you forget. Have you talked to us about moments where, I don't know, you've done a 3-4 hour coach journey in the north and you've gone, oh my God, I've left it at the club, or I haven't brought this, or I've forgot this, I've brought the wrong one.
I think there isn't one game where you probably don't forget a slight little thing or you've missed something. I just don't forget there is, but I've often left certain things behind, but I've managed to wiggle my way around it. The one time we left the whole bag of subs coach, the coach for the subs on, we left it. No, it was brought out to the coach and no one put it on, and it was still in the ground when we got back that night. And I remember a particular game under Lee Mansell in Daff. Was our first game was away at FA Cup, I think it was, Folkestone Invictus.
Yeah.
And keen to impress the new gaffer, very keen. Do you know what I mean? New gaffer come in and had set straight away. Loved him. Standards, staff, everyone treated the same. So Dean, my coach driver, who's a lovely lad, KB Coaches, we're going to mention them because they drive us around and he looks after us well, as you know, Noah.
They do, yeah.
They do. We stayed overnight for that game. So that was a good one. Got to have a few drinks, and the staff always did. And then I remember Dean said he'd drive me to the ground. Now, the dugouts are lower down, okay?
Yeah.
So when I got there, I wanted it all to be perfect. So I set out. So he drove me in the coach while the players was having their pre-match meal and whatever. And we set everything up. He helped me carry it in, Dino. What a lovely guy. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just me on my own.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff to carry in, as you know.
Yeah.
I average 20,000 steps every match. That's no joking. That's what helps me keep my weight off, I think.
Wow.
Because I'm a sweet person, so I need to keep the weight off. Anyway, so go to this Folkestone game. So I've got all the stuff out, all the coats and everything out, all the change rooms done. Well, I'll tell you what, I've never seen rain like it. No. I have never seen rain like it. And when we get back there, every coat is soaked. Every tracksuit bottom is soaked. The dugouts have got, you couldn't put your feet in, they come above your ankles in water. And, and we lost that game. And it was their first game in charge. And that was one of the rare moments where I thought, why am I doing this job? I was absolutely soaked. And I got battered because I had no raincoats for anybody else. I got them all wet. I had nothing to keep anybody warm. It was a disastrous day. And but the players don't, we all got back on the coach, and I remember struggling back, and I had to completely change my whole kit. And thinking, what the hell is this all about? New manager, first game. I didn't feel I was, maybe that was one time where I doubted the job. Yeah. I must be honest, especially as it was their first game, and I didn't really know them.
You said disastrous moments.
Yeah, that was terrible.
They're worth it for the good moments. Talk to us about some of the great moments you've had as a Kitman.
Well, disastrous moments. Let's stick with them first. Because I'll never forget any Gloucester City fan, the 9-0 mauling at Chorley. 9-0. It was another long day. But my clearest memories of that day was my first real insight into Kevin getting angry on the pitch when he, I think we were 4 or 5-0 down at half time. And I'm in the dugout and he's fighting with the centre half on the pitch, and he's absolutely lost it. And we're coming off, and Niall Clark is trying to keep them apart. The gaffer's gone in. Well, Kev's gone into the room, and that's when I lost my first set of water bottles. It was like a fountain of water everywhere. They were against the wall. They were spraying everywhere. Everyone's kit was wet. I thought, all right, I ain't got any water for the second half then. And the centre half's in the shower room, and Dawson's in there, and we ended up losing 9-0, and that was a bad day. But it was an insight how passionate some of the people are, rightly or wrongly. But as captain, he took it very hard. Do you know what I mean? And he expected certain standards, my mate. But that was another awful day.
Good moment.
Good moments. Too many to say, Noah. Every game's a good moment. Perfect for me, going back in the day. I sort of thought about the good moments I'd mentioned. So, Cardiff City in the FA Cup. 2-0 up with 10 minutes to go. Townsend and Lander scored the goal. I was there at the old Ninian Park. We were getting belted by the fans. It was a rough old time back in the day for fans and abuse. And, they scored 2 late goals to bring it into a replay down to our place. And, we lost 1-0 on their home play, and they wrecked the ground, which was a bit sad. Do you know what I mean? And that game, I remember going back to my car, because I drove to that game. And at the time, I was a season ticket holder at Man City at Main Road, and I left my Man City scarf, and I had no windows on my car when I got back. I had to drive home with no windows. They smashed my car. No. But it's a memory. It didn't distract from being 2-0 up at Cardiff City. I can't explain that. I was going home with the wind and everything powering into my car because I left my bloody Man City scarf on the back. Because back in the day, you used to hang your scarves out the window. Yeah. So that's where any away, going up to Manchester for watch Man City or away game. Used to do it with Gloucester. I used to hang me black and white scarf out the thing. So, but 2-0 up. I think it was 8 or 10 minutes to go. City fans will know. That's a great, proud moment for me. I thought we were going to do it. The FA Cup means so much to the football club. And so does the FA Trophy. Because the last time we did any good, I believe we drew with Dagenham Redbridge at home. We had a replay at Dagenham and Redbridge. And I went midweek with all those 3 people I mentioned earlier. There we were. My son, he was a bit too young to go midweek. And we lost that semi-final. 1 trip away from Wembley. The old Wembley. Remember the old Wembley now?
Twin Towers.
So we got Worthing coming up, haven't we? So I just believe we got a sniff at that. I really do. But I'm just dreaming as a fan again. Do you know what I mean? Going a bit further in the competition.
Morton and Hersham in the semi-final last year. Was that a good memory for you as a Kitman? Because there was a bit of a little bit with them. Do you know what I mean? And especially from, I think it was 4-4 in the game earlier when we played them in the season. Do you know what I mean? There was a little bit left out there on that particular game. I wouldn't
want to do the playoffs again and hopefully win the league. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, isn't it? We have a good season. We take one game at a time.
And now we get on to the present of Daff coming in and Kevin Phillips coming in as the manager. You work under somebody else, but before then, Kevin Dawson, your good mate, retires from football.
Oh, sad moment that was.
That moment, and when you found out and how you felt when one of your friends and a legend of Gloucester City Football Club retired.
I think, I think when you get a bond with a certain, I'd like to think I'll get on with all the players, but Kev had a particularly special bond with him. He's such a lovely man. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't, and as a fan, and every fan will know this, and every manager will know this, he left everything out there. Everything. You could be 3-0 up and he'd be chasing the ball in the 93rd minute into a corner, throwing himself around. He expected such high standards. I thought he'd go on and make a great manager. Coach manager. But that was my personal belief. And I love talking to him about his old days because he's been at Wembley and I've met so many people through him in football. And he's introduced me to people. Do you know what I mean? And we just got on. And him and Ben Nugent, an old Gloucester City, we used to go out drinking. And I wasn't the best drinker, they always... But I sort of tried to look after him on a night out, but that was impossible. Yeah. That was impossible. But Kev, he just took me under his wing, and then I just looked after him. Well, I look after all the players, but I don't... If he wanted anything, Kev got it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be honest. Do you know what I mean? He was just, I'd do anything for that man. I would now. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and it was the saddest thing when he come into my room and told me. I nearly cried. I thought he'd manage Gloucester City one day, and I thought he'd be around, and I'd have him for years. But life moves on, football moves on, and I've told you many a time now, football changes very, very quickly. I mean. But with Dorse, Mance and Daff, they were the best time I've ever had in football. They were magnificent times. I'd live those times over and over again. If I could go back and have them 18 months with them three, I'd do it every time. Like having children, your first, your kids, I'd do it every time. They memories I'll never forget.
Yeah, and being, an older head, no disrespect to you, do you think the players, you take them as like your kids, treat them as a role model?
I seem to. I try and be that, without trying too hard to be that dad figure. But some players you can talk to, no, and some players you leave alone. Some players want more than others. Some players are quite demanding. They don't realise it. But have you got this, Sheppy? Have you got that? I've forgotten this, I've forgotten that. You've been there, you've seen it. But I always do it with a smile on my face, don't I? Even though it's winding me up sometimes. They come in my kit room and looking for a shirt and they chuck everything out, don't they? Yeah. And I come in and I'm very angry, but I never show it to them. You just get on with it, do you know what I mean? But I'd like to think so. The present team is one of the best bunches overall we've had. I've had some good bunches, and I'd like to say didn't really gel under Clark and Groves because they didn't like the methods. I thought they would do anything for Mance and Daff. Didn't really gel, and I know we made the playoff final, but there wasn't that dressing room feeling with Cookie and Macca. And then now you go on to Daff. Well, it's back. I'm in that period again where it was Mance and Daff and Dawson, and now it's Daff, Kev, and
Hanksy, Katie.
Well, there's more. So there isn't one Dorse. There's some fantastic people, and I think what he's done is he's brought in a group of players who really want something this year and want to do something, want to work for the manager, but also for themselves. And they're a great group of players. I mean, Hanksy, KT, Ed. I gave him Dawes' towel. That's the biggest respect I give to him. No, you laugh, but I was putting that one out to rest. Do you see what I mean? I mean, I told him as well, you know, he is our new Kev Dawson. Maybe he's not the Kev Dawson who goes flying into tackles and starts throwing water bottles around, but he's a great player. Pinch. Michael O'Regan has come into that dressing room, has been absolutely outstanding. Then you've got Leds. See, I don't want to miss anyone out because Sean Spence had him before. What a lovely lad he is. If you go around that whole room with, you've got Diggers, you've got Harry Emmett. Harry Emmett had a tough year last year, but has bought in massively into the way he's been shown how a good a player he is, and he's been outstanding. Do you know what I mean? Ben Morgan, silly Ben Morgan, here he is. Ellis Watts, the Welsh wizard. Honestly,
The list goes on.
that Ben, you know, BRE, the goalkeeper, both goalkeepers. Let's not forget Connor, because he's great in the changing room. He is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? And you've got Jarrod, who I think is the best keeper in the league. And I know some of the fans have had a little bit of, you know, but look at the saves he's made. Look at his kicking. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. And now you've got the big fella up front.
You seem to have gelled
Kane.
with straight away.
Love him. I don't know what happens. Sometimes you just get that feeling with players. Do you see what I mean? He's come in and he's just come straight into that change room and brought into it. Dylan, Mr. Hairspray. That's all I'll say about Dill. Great lad. Love him. Fittest lad in the team. We haven't missed anyone out, have we?
Marcus, Mitch.
Marcus, loan signings, always hard, and it's hard for them to come into the changing room, but they've made an impact. They've not, you know, distracted from that group and done well. And then you've got Sops on loan as well. I mean, I think for a young lad, he's got every chance of going all the way. You just got to keep working hard and take his opportunities as they come. And then you've got Doku, haven't you? King. Our flying Doku, King. I mean, that man is taken to that new position so well. He must get the fans off their seats.
He does.
Because he does me. When I see him on that ball, one-on-one, and he's got that belief in him, no one's stopping him. Would you agree or not?
I think he'll get them off their seats tonight.
Mate, I got goosebumps about tonight. Because, you know, I'm working, but I know there's going to be 1,500 to 2,000 there tonight, and we'll be rocking. And I can't wait for that to see. You know what I mean? And hopefully 3 points. I say hopefully, I'm pretty sure we will get 3 points tonight. But it won't be easy. No games are easy. We have to go out and earn that right to get them 3 points. Yeah. And there's a few ex-Gloucester City players there I will go and say hello to and give them a hug. I mean, I love my time with Lucas Tomlinson. He'll be there tonight. Hopefully he's not injured, because I don't know that, do I? Dan Ball, another lovely lad. Absolutely. They were, two real nice kiddies. I think Dale Grubb's gone to Bridgewater, so he won't be there. He's gone.
Their gaffer.
Yeah, their gaffer, of course. So, looking forward to the game, but most important thing is 3 points. But a great atmosphere. And great for the chairman and the club, because we're going to make a bit of money, aren't we? Yeah. And every football club costs a fortune to run. More than anybody, any fan, more than I ever knew. As a fan, to now be in that other side of it, I'll always protect the gaffers and the chairman when they're doing their jobs. I won't when they're not.
We'll pause it there, and should we go on to our first segment?
We'll get some quickfire questions.
Okay.
I'm sure you know how it works. I'm going to ask you a question. Answer it as quick as you can.
Quick as I can.
As quick as you can. So, favourite film?
Shawshank Redemption.
We've had that a few times.
Yeah, I think we have.
And The Green Mile. They're both the same.
Favourite artist?
Oh, Andre Bocelli.
He likes a bit of opera, don't you?
He's more than opera.
Well, yeah.
Have a look at him.
We will.
Listen to his voice.
Favourite song?
Favourite song? Diana Ross. I met my wife to that, and I'm trying to think of the name to it. Ooh.
She's not listening, is she?
Oh, probably. We danced with our first ever dance. I can't remember it, but it's by Diana Ross.
Favourite holiday destination?
Greece. I've been to Rome. I've been all around the Greek islands. Love those.
I've childhood team, but with
Man City. So Man City Wolves was my first game as a 7-year-old, and my brother supported Wolves. I supported Man City, and that stuff.
You've stolen my next question. First game you remember watching? So
yeah, it was Wolves Man City when I was a kid, and then at the old Molineux.
Yeah,
I've been to some rough old grounds, I'll tell you.
Favourite player of all time?
Well, Man City's Georgie Kinkladze. If you Google him, because you won't have mentioned him, what a wonderful player he was. Favourite Gloucester City player? It would have to be Dawes for me.
I was got biggest inspiration.
My granddad.
And your favourite memory in football? That can be as a fan and as a Kitman.
As a fan, being 2-0 up at Cardiff. Do you know what I mean? That goes a long way. Man City is when we were at Wembley when Yaya Toure scored and we beat, I think it was Sunderland, in our first final. I broke down in tears because it meant so much to take the banner down at Old Trafford 36 years and counting. Well, that got taken down, didn't it? So, yeah.
There you go.
And as a Kitman for Gloucester City, best memory?
Kitman for Gloucester City, best moment. I'd just say the best moment for me was working with Mance and Daff.
Nice.
Generally all of it, I've told you.
Yeah, so obviously Kitman, you do a lot more than people see.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, the things that people don't see
that I do.
That you have to do.
So I have I hope he agrees. I have a fantastic relationship with the new chairman because the old chairman left it in a right old mess. And I absolutely love the way he's dealt with all that and kept going. Dealt with a few traumas last year. So he quickly realised I was someone, as a fan, who wanted to help and have an opinion. But that's all it is, an opinion. But opinion's on way to try and make the club work better. So I do the coach. So my mate Dean's now in charge of the coach company, KB Coaches. He drove us everywhere under Mance, and he loved the standards of the coach and how he kept it clean and all that. So I do the coach. I worked out the prices for Colin, and me and Colin spoke to the owner, still the owner, and we got a deal for the coach, which I thought was a good deal. And because very friendly with Dino, we get the Bristol Rovers and Forest Green Rovers coach, don't we? Which we don't pay any extra for, and we're very grateful for that. As you've been on it, the Sky Sports and all that, it's very nice. So that's one side of the job. Second side of the job is, going to laugh, but facilitators manager, doing stuff around the ground. So pre-season we did a lot of work, didn't we? Yeah. So sorting out with John Hammond, another absolute legend of Gloucester City, John Hammond and Dave Miller, people like them, you couldn't live without them. So John did all the handyman work for nothing, but just priced up, and the man will give you every bill. So I think I priced it all up for Colin. This is roughly what it's going to cost you, and John Hammond never went above that. And we got the gym done, and we got downstairs done. We got it painted. Well, I didn't get it done. I just overseed it. Make sure we try and stay with budget. So all them sort of things. So like the ice machine broke. So that was my job to go to Gilman's, get a bit of sponsorship if you see, get a board put up. 7 Sparks. Yeah. He come in and helped me put all the lights up in the room, put the new fans in. So we got a board at the ground. So I got that for, he basically did that as a sponsorship. You see, all the all the things that won't cost Colin money, we try and help out with. There's just too many. All the nets changing, doing all the nets, patching them all up because we can't keep affording to buy nets. There's just so much. So recently I said to Colin about a pop-up beer thing that you pay on card. So I think he was looking into that. Just little things that we can keep improving and making the match day experience better for everybody. But ultimately, it's him and the directors who decide all that. But just come up with these old ideas.
Yeah.
But my wife stumbled across working in the boardroom now, which is I'm absolutely gobsmacked because she doesn't like football. But Colin was short one week, and I asked her if she'd help out because that's what you do, don't you? And she's been doing it ever since, and he absolutely loves it there. And so she comes home games now, which I never thought I'd see. So there's lots of bits and pieces. So as you know, we're in a group, aren't we?
Yeah.
What's it called? The work?
It's the changing room.
Changing room. So that's Dave Miller, John Hammond. Is he on that one?
No.
No, he's on another one. I'm on. I've got one with Jenny. I got the maintenance one as well. But our change room one is me, you, Sam, and Dave Miller.
And Nathan.
And Nathan now.
Yeah.
A new recruit, we hope, who's doing very well at the moment. But you can see how much goes on in there, don't you? Behind the scenes, it's just ongoing all the time.
Yeah, I was just going to jump in. You say that today, International Volunteers Day, and over on our website there's an article about a few volunteers around the club, like you said, Dave Miller, Trevor King, who's on there.
Trevor King, lovely man, known him for years.
Yeah, and Craig Lay as well, who's also on there. So yeah make sure.
I do apologise if I missed any. I didn't mean to do that.
There's so many volunteers, isn't there? That you can't name everyone, but
the guy who goes and collects my balls at match day, Dave Miller, does it. But there's another guy as well, because the cost of them is astronomical. There's just so many.
How important are the volunteers at
massively
league football club?
Huge. Every away game I go to, it's all volunteers, and they're all as passionate as myself, and they all mean a lot. You can't do it without them. Morgan's here, today. Going to the game tonight. Do you know what I mean? Jack. I forgot the other lad's name. Jaden. Do you know what I mean? And the photographer.
Jamie, yeah.
Jamie, and we have that bond now, don't we? It takes a while, but I don't have to worry now at the end of a away game, especially. You lot are helping out. We're one team, one goal, aren't we? Would you agree or not?
100%.
And we've asked for volunteers to come and help me, because unfortunately I moved away and can't travel 4 hours for a training session. If I lived near, I'd do every game. I'd be there probably 5 days a week, wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? But I've come to that later life, and where I need to enjoy my time and live by the sea with my wife. So we've got Nathan now, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got a chap, Ben, who's just coming to watch the games, coming next week. And hopefully they'll step up the plate and help the gaffer out on Tuesday and Thursdays. But ultimately, the football club comes first, Noah. And if I have to move on because we need to find that person who can do like I did, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for continuity, I fully understand. And there'll be no gripes from me. I'll get to spend more time with the chairman watching the games, because that's what will happen. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. But I am fully focused on match days, and in the week I'm always a phone call away, making sure they're doing their jobs. You know that. How many times we're on the phone? Do you know what I mean? Make sure the gaffer's always 100% behind the gaffer. Always, never change. And that man, I think we'd be lucky to keep him for a long time. From the standards he set, we're very fortunate to have a full-time manager who lives, eats and sleeps football and our club. And the fans must never forget that, which I don't think they will, whatever happens in the future. Do you know what I mean? As we found with the Walton manager, he soon disappeared to Yeovil, won his first game. Good luck to him, I say. Do you know what I mean? Because that's football. And that's the one thing I will say to everyone. Football never stands still. players come and go. I still wish players from 5 years ago when I first started Happy Christmas. If I haven't spoke to them in the meantime, I will always text them and wish them Happy Christmas and New Year because they're part of my family now. That may sound daft, but that's how I am.
Yeah.
That's how I am. But what it does is that they come back and say, Sheppy, how are you? One of my, Harrison Minton, do you remember him? He's at Swindon. He got a nasty injury. I was hoping he'd come on loan to us from Swindon. We had him under the DAF, but I always remembered very good friends with him. Very lovely man, lovely boy. But that's just one person. Do you see what I mean? Speak to Nugent. He's abroad playing in Cambodia. I think he's gone to Thailand now. He's with Tommy Sullivan. Do you remember him? Yeah. He's in Thailand. Yeah. I just find it fascinating, but that's how football moves on. Football just doesn't stand still.
And you say you meet so many people. You probably your phone contact is probably really long. Give us your top 5 people, players, coaches, people inside the dressing room that you've met through your job as Gloucester City.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Jeez. Dawes, top of the pile. Mance, Daff. Ben Nugent, and Ed. I do love Ed. I think he's a wonderful player. Do you know what I mean? I wish there was more because I'd like to put Pinch in. I'd like to put all the team in now because I mentioned them all early, didn't I? Yeah. I'd have them all in there because they're all a great bunch. Honestly, I love working with this bunch.
Should we do our second segment now? We're talking about...
We can. So it's called TigerTalk. So I'm going to ask you... it's not... Yeah, TigerTalk. Team Talk is the name. I've got that wrong last week and I've got it wrong again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little segment about the dressing room. So I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. You've just got to tell me who it is in the dressing room. So I'm going to start off with the dressing room.
With the current group.
The current group, yeah. So we've got the dressing room joker.
Ben Morgan.
It's a bit of a different one. We've had Ed every time.
No, Ben Morgan. Maybe because he's more joking. He's always messing about with me more than in the dressing room. Do you know what I mean? But I just love him messing about.
Most likely to become a manager.
I think the goalkeeper, Gerard. I think he could. I listen to him sometimes, and when he talks, he makes sense. I think him and Leds, but I just don't think Leds would ever want to do it. But I think Leds such a calm influence on everybody, and again, when they speak, people listen because they don't say much. But when they do, please listen.
The best technically in the current squad.
Oh, how can you pick one of them? I mean, you got Ed and Pinch, you got Ellis Watts, Sean Spence, Will Diggs.
Got to pick one.
They're fantastic. No, I'm picking them all.
Oh.
I'm not going to single any of that.
Sheppy makes the
rules. I do, yeah, because they are. If you watch any of them, technically, they can change a game in a moment.
And I think a few coming tonight will realise this is a lot better. Maybe the people that don't come before the first game, they'll think this is much better than.
I'm hoping that when they see us and we, hopefully we play well, because that's the most important thing. Because in football, you ain't going out there to play badly. You ain't going out there to make a mistake. You're going out there to play well. And if we're on our game tonight, some of these people will want to come back there and say this football's good. The fans love the football this year. The fans love it.
The best haircut?
Haircut has to be Dylan Jones, doesn't it? With his hairspray. He's always fiddling around with his hair.
Worst haircut?
Ooh, Sean Spence.
Everyone says Sean.
Best fashion sense?
Best fashion sense?
Best fashion sense.
That's got to be Ellis Watts.
Really?
Love him. Love his fashion sense.
I think I want to put a little shout of you in there. Your little
well, after they said that on the TV, do you know what I mean? Yeah, no. The players I go with Ellis Watts.
The worst fashion sense?
Sean Spence.
Poor Shaw Spurs.
Sorry, Sean.
Well, he's a Liverpool fan, so he gets it.
Obviously, you don't get on the coach anymore, but who's one player you would like to sit next to on the coach?
Dorse. I used to play cards with Dorse on the coach going down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd always Dorse.
What about
In this current setup, BRE.
No.
I could talk to him going down to tell some stories, talk about the Villa. Do you know what I mean? They won the other night, didn't they?
I know they're pushing up behind City now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I'd sit next to him and talk all the way down.
And then who's one person you wouldn't want to sit by?
Doesn't even have to be. It's not like a horrible thing. More some.
Let's go with the old. I will never want to sit with him.
Right.
That's an easy out. That.
Yeah. So.
But anyone who was in that era knows why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get to now. We're sitting in second in the league.
Yep.
You obviously have experienced that National League North period. How tough is the Southern League South for fans that don't know about the league?
The Southern League is there is no easy games. There's a lot of sides we play. No disrespect to them, but set up for free kicks, corners, set pieces, trying to catch us, sit in and try and catch us on the break with quick players. And to be fair to them, there's a lot of players with some pretty quick forwards, as we've noticed. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Shoaling, Poole, they've all come there. I thought Wimborne Saturday, they had a bit of pace, didn't they? Uxbridge, yeah. I mean, so there is no easy games. However, it's all about us, not them. When we, as a group, play, nobody in the league can stick with us. And that's my opinion. But you have to play. And if you watch enough football, and we all do, don't we? You tell me a game where someone totally dominated for 90 minutes. It doesn't happen, does it? But if we can dominate for longer periods of time, and in them dominant times, which we will have, like tonight, is when we're in our, what I call a well on top, we put the ball in the net and we score the goals. And then when there's bits of plays that we're not quite on it, it balances itself out. We get the overall. At the moment, we're pretty dominant in games, but we sometimes don't put them to bed quick enough. We have our chances and we haven't put them to bed. But the lads know that. They're good players. Look at the home form. Yeah? And the away form, that was a good point Saturday in the end, wasn't it? In my opinion, a good side, good point.
And the start of this season, you obviously last year I did that video of you, the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All the fans want to see behind the scenes in football.
Yeah.
You came to me and you said, no, let's start a TikTok. I've seen other people doing it. We're getting on to the good stuff now.
Yeah.
Why did you want to start a TikTok, and did you expect it, to go as it has?
No, not really. Do you know what I mean? This isn't cheesy, I did it because of you, because you're now the new media manager.
Aww.
Because and I wanted something for yourself to work on, and I love having a chat with you and talking football. And you helped me out so much this year. I haven't got a clue about it really. I mean, I couldn't post on it if you asked me to. Do you understand what I mean? So it's all down to you, and I just love that interaction I have with you and your guys. Do you remember you said about you helping me out and how we all got to know each other? I just thought that was part of it.
Yeah.
I do believe it's all part of it, even when you're eating and not bothering doing me, which wound me up immensely, by the way.
I think it's just part of the routine now. I think just the pre-match.
It is.
And the post-match.
Yeah.
Me and everyone seeing you in the physio
it
room,
is.
rubbing Kane's back and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm always messing about with the lads. Do you know what I mean? Some you can, some you can't. Do you know what I mean? Like I said to you, you get to know your changing room. But I think we've done all right with the old TikTok, is it?
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah, I think we've done all right with that, haven't we?
Yeah, it's we've got over 1,000 followers now.
Okay, score predictions are pretty close to the mark.
Always on
Last two games I said if we didn't concede we'd win the games, which would have been correct.
Yeah.
I know I sat on the fence there a little bit because I knew they were both tough games.
Yeah.
So in my heart as a fan and also as part of the team, I wanted us to keep clean sheets because I knew, going back to what I've just said to you, I know we'll have moments in the games where we're going to score. So that was reflecting me. If we can keep the door shut at the back and our dominance when we are on top of the games and score the goals, you know, we're going to be up there at the end of the season.
Yeah, and obviously Morgan's been on the old TikTok as well with you, and I haven't been now when I was away.
Yeah, Morgan
jumped in.
And, he's done a good job.
How did you find that interaction?
I found them really, really enjoyable. I remember the first one I did, I was a bit nervous, so I've got to talk to the Kitman for the first time, and then, as you say, you just sort of get to know each other a bit more through the TikToks, and now I feel like I'm picking up, emptying your water bottles at the end of every away game. I
look round and people are doing things, and I think it warms my heart because I think these are my friends. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that, but especially away games, we all have to be in it together. We don't want to be there too long. We show our respect and then we get going, don't we? So we want to get on that coach and get off. Yeah. Everyone wants to get home to their families.
Yeah,
100%. Home games, I'm quite happy. Do you know what I mean? I'll toddle on at home. You don't need to do as much, but you're always coming out and carry the stuff down, and I'll sort it out when I get down there. And I hope Nathan steps up to the plate, and he seemed to Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah.
We've got that extra body of hands because many hands make light work.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of away games. There's a lot of stuff to bring in, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, you must have struggled with getting everything off.
Wow, yeah. There's always times where
on Saturday because you had everything, didn't you?
Yeah, there's always stuff behind the scenes that we get back to the club and people park stupidly and you can't get down the drive, but then somebody like KT steps in and he gets his van, drives up to the coach and loads it, and
Standards.
Then comes back.
Lovely man, isn't he? And I expect Kev Phillips helped out all the time.
Everyone was helping out.
Yeah, lovely man.
Yeah, so you started the TikTok. I've noticed at home games now you get a few of your fans saying, "Oh, Sheppy, TikTok, Sheppy." What's that like? And is it a bit weird to you?
It is a bit weird, and wanting their photograph taken with me, and I'm like, I hate this new life where you got to be not put your arm around young kids, and you know what I mean, because I get a bit nervous. Do you see what I mean? But I'm old school. Do you know what I mean? And I think we should go back to being a bit like that. If a kiddie wants his photograph, come and have a photograph. Do you know what I mean?
With his favourite Kitman.
But I've had a lot of that lately. Do you know what I mean? Which is brilliant. And the kids are great. I think what a fantastic thing under 12's free. They're the next generation. And my grandkids will be coming soon. Do you know what I mean?
That generation as well from playing away.
We have. And I struggled in them times. I couldn't go and watch us at Charlton Town.
No.
Seriously, I think I went once. I couldn't go there and put money in their pockets. And that's, it just didn't feel right. And so when I look round, there's so many faces who've been there right back in the day, all these years. 30 odd years some of these people have been coming, plus. And they're still there now. And it's, these good times are for them. And long may they continue. And I think the club's in a good place. And we will continue to keep going strong. Players will come and go. Staff changes come and go. But the club's in a good place. I believe. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. A lot of non-league, in our league, all of their kitmen are sort of seeming to jump on TikTok. Do you think, you go to Bracknell and you and Morgan did it and he invited you into his room, you unload. Do you think that Kitman to Kitman relationships, quite a good thing in this league?
I think it's fantastic. And the more of us, we know what we do and we know how hard it is. And we don't do it for the pennies. And some of them do it for nothing. And I worked it out the other day. The average match day over my time at Gloucester City at home is about 13-hour home game. Around about 12, 13 hours, the average. Away, you're looking at, when we were in the north, some of them times was nearly 18-hour days. And some of them overnight. The average in this is about 16, 17 away games. It's a hell of a commitment. So if we all as Kitmen stick together, and I'd like it nothing more than when Kitman turn up. I always say, do you need anything? You know what I mean? I try and, because I know what job they're doing. Do you see what I mean? Some of them, a lot of them do keep themselves, but the lad at Bracknell, he was very open and helpful. And I'm the same. If we all was like that, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But once we kick off,
it's war.
It's war. You know what I mean? We end up shouting at each other. As soon as the game's finished, you're back on it. That's how it is. Do you know what I mean? You just want your team to win, don't you?
Yeah. The
passion's there, isn't it? If you take that out of it, there's no point, is there?
And then post-match, you shake hands and go for a beer, and then say goodbye and say see you at our play. Always say goodbye. So, like I said, some of them they just get on with their job and go. Some of them leave the change room immaculate. I have noticed in this league the one thing that changes, some of the standards of the away changing when they leave at home has not been the best, unfortunately. But I don't know what's going on there, because that's one of the things. I never leave a dirty change room, do I? Know.
Are there any? You know, not to draw people out, so we're not going to talk recently. But have there been any change rooms in the past that you've been to and just thought, this ain't
There's a few in our league, unfortunately. That's why I used to love the North. There's a lot of ex-league clubs. You go in. I used to love going because I started off in the North. So when I just was in awe of some of the grounds. Do you know what I mean? And I'm in the changing room. So I remember going to York, brand new stadium, Boston. Go to Kiddie, love Hereford. Do you know what I mean? Chester. You know, they're great grounds. And then sometimes now, and I mean no disrespect to these clubs, but Taunton.
In the car park.
Jeez.
What about last year at Marlow? There was in the dressing room.
Tiverton. Frome.
This is the league we're here for.
And that's, you go there, you do your job, you come home. But you ask me a question, would you know? I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? I dread the thought of going certain grounds, and is it Chertsey where you have to walk across the road, Noah, to get into the ground?
No, that's isn't that Bracknell? Isn't that the long?
No, there's one where you park the coach and you have to walk across the main road to get into the ground.
I think Portchester's one that sticks out to me this season. That I know there's been a lot of Portchester,
but I think these grounds are great, especially the ones, purpose-built ones, because it's obviously helping them stay financially okay, isn't it, with everyone training on the pitch. So your Bracknells, as you mentioned, your Waltons, in the middle of an housing estate, Wimborne in the middle of an housing estate, but they sort of, but me, I don't mind these grounds, because ours is the same in theory, isn't it? You know, it's purpose-built. But I do like going to the old school ground. So you said about Marlow, changing room was. Well, I like going there and seeing what it was like. You know, Marlow in non-league football was a decent side. You know, they had a bit of history. They have. And my best friend, Al James Hannigan, played for Marlow. So when I saw the photo in there, I knew I was asking if they knew about him. They did, and that's like history, memories. Pool away, liked it there. Bit of a thing about it. Do you know what I mean? Hungerford. Oh. But do you know what I mean? But they got a bit about them, haven't they? They're you know. I don't mind it. It's just some of the grounds as a kit man.
Yeah.
Are a nightmare.
And that's the important thing. It's as a kit man, isn't
it?
You know, the fans.
That's what I'm saying. Those grounds is. I mean, atmosphere at Taunton's fantastic.
Yeah.
But the changing rooms, I wouldn't give you two a penny for. Do you know what I mean?
And that's just your.
That's just my opinion. You know, there's a kit man, and some of them are a long walk in, aren't they? Yeah. Massive walk in.
That Portchester one, I'm sure we had to park
sort
of
massively
a bit away and then lug everything.
And it's hard work, isn't it? Yeah. And it's harder work.
Especially harder work when you're doing it all by yourself. the spectacle tonight.
Oh,
We're
fantastic.
Three will go down there. We'll do it on TikTok. We'll go see the new food.
I'll get there earlier than normal because I want to. The lovely Jenny's another volunteering. Claire, they've been shopping for me, so I need to put all that away. But I want to be ready to soak in the atmosphere, greet the fans, and have a few photos with them and that sort of stuff, and be ready for the match. But I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. A real buzz. Do you know what I mean?
So when this got bought,
and I think
before a few months ago, when it sort of got floated, we might do a Friday night game, and I was looking at the videos from last year. I was thinking, yes, like this is why you're in it.
Yeah,
games.
I don't know. Are we allowed to do more Friday night games, or is it just one of your season?
As you want, but
okay.
Just as the other club accepts it.
Yeah, so that's why I said thanks to them to be part of that great atmosphere. So Tiverton last year and Yate this year, it's fantastic. But I just think this is perfect for us. Perfect. So we're in December now, aren't we?
Yeah.
And the gaffer does like his blocks. So this next set of block, I think City fans, we're in for a good ride this month, I think. Personally, and I hope I'm right, but we got Yate. We got a free hit against Worthing, haven't we? Yeah. The week Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, we go to Tiverton in the week, which will be a struggle because the pitch is doesn't take much water. So in December, that hopefully it's on. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Hungerford at home. Tough game. Let me finish. We then got Taunton away. Now I see Taunton again is a bit like Tiverton. Their pitch is very heavy, but I see they switch their game to Bracknell tomorrow because they can't play at home. And I mean, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, if we played them at home and we got to switch that one, day after Boxing Day, and we market it that well. So I'd like to think all them games, if we all play all them games, it could be a great month for us. That's all I'll say.
And then we kick off.
And we're really putting the pressure on then. And to me, once you get into the new year, you kick on.
And the new year opening game, Evesham at home.
Yeah, you kick another great game for us. We move on. I think as staff and players, we really focus on this next 4 or 5 games and try and hit maximum points and see where we are come at the end of that. Then block of 5-6 games. And Worthing is just a great one for the fans. I hope the fans come and get behind that because I'd like to show them, league above. Do you know what I mean? And we give that a good game.
Yeah. Well, we'll save the prediction for
TikTok.
Shep the Kitman on TikTok. Head over there and look at all of his recent posts and look at tonight's game. And we'll probably do a couple of videos tonight. I imagine if we get the time, we'll go around the food vendors and then we'll get your score prediction. It's been a pleasure to have you on, Sheppy.
No worries.
It's been highly requested, and
I think people are gonna be really excited to listen to this one. But before we close it out, finally we'll have someone who doesn't say you. Who is one person you want to see us get on the TigerTalk podcast?
Can be past or present. Can be volunteer, players, managers, fans.
I'd like to see Joe Hanks, club captain. He's got tiger blood in his veins, that boy. I think I'd like to see him in there. Lovely lad.
Lovely. You'll have to give Kev a shout for us. See if whenever he's coming down next, see if he'll come on.
Yes, because he's moved away. I mean, I would have mentioned him to do it, but he's not around here. But if ever he's down, I will text him and ask him if he'd do the podcast. Would you like that?
Definitely.
And he'd tell you some stories, that boy. No worries.
Thank you for coming on.
No worries.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
It's gone quick, isn't it?
I know. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does, yeah.
And thanks, obviously, Morgan, again for
thank you.
And, we'll see you in the next one, hopefully after 3 points tonight.
Hope so.
See you later.
Take care.